What's up, my people? Yes. We are back at it again. This is a special Wednesday night edition of the Allen Powell Show. I got some great guests coming for y'all tonight. We're going to be breaking down the Rachel Nichols, Maria Taylor saga, and of course, game one of the NBA Finals. So, with all that being said, let's get.
We lock and load, Allen Powell. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on.
Welcome, everyone, to a special Wednesday night edition of the Allen Powell Show. The NBA Finals was on last night at the exact 8 o'clock time, so we decided to move it back a day. Got some special guests in the building. Y'all know my brother Victor Legron is in the building. He put on the jersey, but when he first came on, he had his arms out like he was trying to get clothes or something. I know you're a married man, but the brother had the guns out. I know you've been in the gym, brother. We see. I'm glad you put on the shirt, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man. That was just last minute. You know, I had to go ahead and get it. Keep it PG. Keep it PG for the.
Yeah,
for
man.
the
We ain't trying to have the women viewers coming after you, man, and then your wife come after them. We ain't trying to have none of that.
Right. I don't want no kind of problems like that. None whatsoever.
For sure. Hey, man. Well, we got another special guest, lawyer supporter of the Allen Powell Show. This brother is found out he's actually in Milwaukee, but he's diehard Chicago. I love it. My man still representing. Mr. Omaru is in the building. Thank you for joining us, man. How you doing up in Milwaukee, my brother?
Man, I am good. My brother, is good to be a part of this. Salute to you too, Victor. And let's go.
Yes. With all that being said, let's lock and load, get right into it. Game one of the NBA Finals is in the books. The Suns whooped on the Bucks 118-105, and Chris Paul went crazy. So, hey, Omaru, you in Milwaukee. Before we get to the game, what was the feeling of Milwaukee going into the finals? How confident with Giannis being hurt, questionable, he ended up playing. But before the series started, before game one, how was the Milwaukee fan base out there?
Extremely confident. You got to understand, and I get on them all the time here, a lot of Bucks fans here, because, you know, we from Gary, right? We support the Bulls. And so I always talk about being culture, right? And how Michael laid foundation in the 90s, you know, for us. So we kind of spoiled. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, you guys have a great player, right? And he's a 2-time MVP, defensive player of the year, yada, yada. So he has a lot of great attributes. And so with those attributes, they're looking at the team behind him. Brook Lopez, former All-Star, Drew Holiday, former All-Star, and Chris Middleton. He didn't make it the last season, but another former All-Star. And so they're very confident, right? Because you got PJ Tucker, who's a defensive player also. Those players also that I mentioned, defensive capabilities, right? And the stuff that they've shown in the past series with the Atlanta Hawks, very confident. Right. But after the game, we didn't talk about the reaction. The reaction was like the ceiling's falling. But it's just one game. And on top of that, Giannis just, freshly hitting the scene after an injury, and so they still optimistic. It's kind of 50-50 because you got people the fans who, oh man, Coach, but I don't know what he's doing. Man, what the heck is he doing? He don't play the paint. And I'm one of those people, right? I live here. I still root for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I do, I want to support the team. But then you also have the other ones that's like, man, I don't even know what we're doing. I don't even know if we may win another game, So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of 50-50. Kind of 50-50.
Got you. That's good to hear, man. Vic, after game one, man. Matter of fact, who did you have before the series, Vic? I don't know if I remember. Who did you have?
I had the Suns in 7, but I was also very, very impressed by Milwaukee last night, bro. With Giannis just coming back and them getting down 20, and him not being 100%, they able to make a run at the end of that game. I was very impressed with Milwaukee's resiliency last night, bro. And honestly, if I was Phoenix, I'd be a little bit worried going into the game too, man, because you played your best game and you blew a 20-point lead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had Phoenix in 7. But I don't know, bro. Milwaukee, Giannis, if that's 75%, Giannis, if the series goes, he get more, it's gonna be a problem for them, man.
Wait,
so
you said that Phoenix should be worried. I'm shocked to hear that because you say they played their best game, but if you look at Devin Booker numbers, he wasn't efficient. He had like 27 points, but he wasn't efficient. He can be more efficient than what he was.
And you can say this, and Giannis can get more healthy as the series goes on, and so could Chris Middleton, and so could Holiday be a little bit more efficient. Like
that's true.
Milwaukee didn't play their best game. They got down by 20, and then by the beginning of the fourth quarter, the lead was all the way down to 7.
Right. But you said Phoenix played their best game. So I slightly disagree with that as far as best game. I feel like they played a good game. Eugene, how you feel?
No, what you're saying though, bro, is you trying to take Booker's bad game and reflect it on the whole team. You can't do that as a team. Phoenix played a great team game. Booker was the only one that really had a bad game, bro.
But I'm saying to play their best game, I see Chris Paul did what he did, Aiden did what he did, and Devin Booker is more efficient. That's what I would say their best game. So I would say they played a really good game, not their best game. But Eugene, how you feeling going into game 2?
I think this is the thing. So I was a point guard, so I see the game differently, like a point guard's perspective. And I agree. I think the Suns will pull it out in 7. I don't want that to happen, but I feel that way because the way Chris Paul, like, to me, he's like a shorter LeBron James. He can read and see what you're doing, and he's probably one of the greatest point guards I've ever seen because I'm looking at it from point guard perspective. Yeah. And one thing they're going to have to address is that drop coverage because when you drop the center that way, that's 10 feet. Chris Paul, like, how old are you, 36? I'm 40. Like, so your knees and you have, and from his perspective, he's like, if I could just give them 3 more games of consistent mid-range play, because Milwaukee, they're going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to say, okay, are we going to push up on him? And when you do that, Ayton's going to be open, right? He's going to have the dunker spot. Or are we going to continue to lay back in coverage and give him that mid-range shot? And so, and I agree. Yes, they did not play their best game because Booker was not efficient at all. But on the flip side, I give you the flip side too, because I like it 2 sides to a coin. Drew Holiday was only like 4-14. He only had 10 points.
Right. So
he played he had a great game as far as distributing, but like as far as scoring, he did not have a good game. And so, and then Chris Middleton, he had an okay game, but I mean, when you have that many attempts and have the same amount of points as you do attempts, that's not really an efficient game also. So, I mean, that's why I think it's going to go 7 because they kind of perfectly matched in a sense. It's just who's going to execute in the end to exploit the matchups in the end.
Go ahead, Vic.
Well, I say they played their best game because everybody always takes it to the equation. Oh, Book could be more efficient. Bro, they held one of the league's leading scoring teams to 105 points last night, man. They held to 105 points, and they had to score more of those later on in the fourth quarter doing junk time to try to rally back. Like, literally, bro, Phoenix played an excellent game on defense. They were up 25 points. Like, y'all didn't see this, bro? Come on. They were playing a great game. What were y'all watching, man? They were playing their best game. They were playing their best game, and they just couldn't sustain it over the whole 48 minutes. But they were playing their best game, bro. They were blowing Milwaukee out. They were finna run Milwaukee out of the building, man.
Jonathan goes.
The Suns played excellent defense yesterday, man. Excellent defense.
Jay Ghost says Suns did not play their best game, not even close.
I mean, we agree to disagree because all y'all look for is offensive statistics in basketball. There are 2 sides of basketball.
No, Jonathan was a hooper. He's a hooper. He was a hooper.
They played one of their best defensive games of the playoffs last night. Go look.
Okay, so wait. Now you just changed it.
Right.
You went from best game to defensive game. Now, if you want to say defensive game, I can agree with you on that.
Because I said game. Game is the game of basketball is 2 sides. So you have to say game. You can't say, oh, they played their best game offensively.
You can't say that.
Still low. Because they could have did that still low.
But you can say they played a great defensive game and an okay offensive game. You can say that. It's 2 sides to a game.
2 things could be true, right?
Yeah,
right.
Both of them can be true. Right. But I want to address what you were talking about, Eugene. I think Charles Barkley talked about that in the last series. How Milwaukee was playing defense in the pick and roll, how the center always backs up. And it seems like they're going back to the bad habits again. And Chris Paul was cooking. And we know his mid-range game is lethal.
Sick.
So what are they going to do about that? Because like you said, if they adjust and try to come up on him, we know Chris Paul is a genius at throwing a lob. I feel like every team he played on, the center has gotten better. I remember Tyson Chandler was nothing with Chicago. He got with Chris Paul, man, and a great point guard. He was catching lobs all over the place. Got him a new contract. I mean, a lot of people should give him Chris Paul a lot of money for the help he gave them when he got there. But what are they going to do?
They're going to have to do something because the one adjustment you can do, and this is, being real tactical, you're going to have to pinch your corners and make Bridges hit 6 or 7 threes. And if he can hit that in the finals, shake his hand. You cannot keep. You like, bro, check. You tip your cap. That's with LeBron with Golden State. If you leave Iguodala open and he hit 4, 5, shake his hand. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot keep giving up and that's like, it drives me nuts because you got 2 7-footers. Yeah. You got Middleton, you got Tuck, and you got Drew Holiday. Like you have an actual 2-way team. And what happens a lot of times when you keep taking the ball out the basket like that, what happens on the other end defensively? Phoenix has their defense set. So they're matching up. They're not scrambling on defense to find their man. Like cross matches. No, they find their man and they're squaring up. So they're setting their defense. And so you're going to have to pinch the corners, bring Lopez up, and probably have Giannis sitting in the back because he's capable. But that's where the injury comes into play because will he be able to make the cuts to deflect the passes, to disrupt, to get you turnovers and steals and stuff on the defensive end? So, it's a bunch of stuff they could do. They could do what they were doing with Trey when they were squeezing Drew Holiday. When he was going over the pick, he was sitting in his lap and then extending his arm. So when Trey would make the pocket pass, he was disrupting and breaking the pass up. So I'm a coach because I coach. So I'm very tactical in adjustments. And so it is going to be very interesting to see what they do because if they keep doing this, they're going to sweep the Bucks. If they play like this, he'll be averaging 30 and 10 and sweep them.
Right, and we like to overreact after one game.
Right.
Vic, I got a comment. Shannon Link says, I want to see some tougher defense from Holiday. Is there anything else that Drew Holiday can do? We know he's a great defender. Is there anything he can do to stop Chris Paul?
He's going to have his moments, bro, because that's just the ebb and flow of NBA basketball.
Absolutely.
Chris Paul got the best of him last time. He may have a good defensive game of Paul coming up in game 2. Still don't mean that Phoenix don't win the game. So, he can play tougher defense. Last night, though, man, it's just Chris Paul got in that zone and was hitting those shots. And basically, when he's hitting from the perimeter and he gets to that mid-range, it ain't nothing he can do then, bro. There's nothing he can do with Paul is hitting from the field like that. But where the game was really won that last night, people still don't realize, though. I think Milwaukee went to the free throw time less than 10 times.
There you go.
Phoenix was 25 for 26. So these are the things that I go into. I take into equation when I say, bro, they play some of their best basketball. Like, y'all misconfusing what I'm saying when I say, like, they offensive game, bro. I'm looking at everything, bro. Go back and look at their field goal percentage outside of Booker. Go look at the defensive field goal percentage that they held Milwaukee to, the free throw makes, everything. Like, Phoenix played a great game last night, bro. Played a great game, and guess what they won by? 13 points. That's what I meant by they should still have some respect for this team and not come out and take this team lightly and think, we're going to sweep them. I don't see that happen. I don't see them sweeping Milwaukee. I don't see that.
Everybody who's watching the live, y'all share the live. Y'all people can see it. Post the comments. We will post the comments up. Talk about the comments. Frank James says Bobby Portis had 5 more points.
Mr. Bullock, baby.
Bro, what do we expect from Bobby Portis? He wasn't even hardly playing. He started getting some burn when Giannis got hurt in the last series, and then Bud was like, okay, well, he played pretty well. Let me go and try to get him in the rotation. So let's see if he have a good game 2. Phoenix was off, well rested, and the Bucks were coming off a long emotional series against Atlanta, where Atlanta, gave them everything they can handle.
Right. And we can't expect a whole lot from Bobby Portis. He's coming off the bench for a reason.
Yeah,
We've seen him up and close in Chicago. I'm glad that he found a spot, a role in Milwaukee. He have his moments where he scored double digits and get double digit rebounds. when he hit a couple threes here and there, but we can't expect Bobby Portis to have more than 5 points, to be honest. Go ahead, Eugene.
Man, they love
my
him
brother
here.
Jerome called dude Bummy Portis.
No, they love him here, man. But like, it's going to go back to coaching, because now if you remember, Sarge got hurt, so he was their backup center, and so now Bud, like, again, what are you going to do offensively? Because now, like he was saying, like Victor was saying, they had a foul discrepancy. Now, if you get them in foul trouble, if you get Ayton out the game, now they really like what 1D because of Kaminsky.
Yeah,
and
so and even with Ayton, Milwaukee's the bigger team.
Yes.
They're the bigger team. My man Brian Hill, he's a member of this group, of one of the group that me and Alvin, him and I were talking about this. He got Phoenix too, but I was telling him that, like, man, I was looking at the matchup last night. Man, Milwaukee is way bigger than Phoenix, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
But DeAndre Ayton, man, is just dominating. It's like, and he's by himself, like you say. Milwaukee got multiple 7-footers, multiple big man, but DeAndre Ayton is holding his own all by himself, getting double-digit rebounds, double-digit points. You cannot allow him to do both. You're not going to get points and rebound.
Right.
You can rebound, but you're not going to score too. And he's getting off, and he's been doing it all playoffs, man. And I think that brother's working on a nice contract. When that contract comes up, he's going to get paid very nice.
Yeah, it takes for guys for us to realize it, though, boys, and keep reminding people. This guy was the number 1 pick in the draft with some pretty good players in the draft.
Yeah,
with some pretty good players in the draft that went right behind him. Yeah, so there's a reason he was number 1 pick in the draft. He had a few injuries early in Phoenix. This is like the first year that he's played the most games. He haven't been injured, and look what kind of player he is.
Right. Shannon Link says, I didn't want Giannis to play game 1. How did Giannis look to you, Vic, in game 1? Did he look like he was gimpy, or did he look like he was okay?
He looked like he was a little gimpy, but he's still okay. He was out there. Like, that's my thing. Giannis looking like this here, man. This may be my only trip to the finals. I never can make it back. I'm gonna go out there, and if I have to injure myself or do anything, I'm about to leave it all on the line. I'm about to go out here. I'm gonna play hard, and as a hoop, I can respect that. So if he's clear by the doctors to play, he need to get out there and play. And he didn't look bad at all. That's what I'm saying. He didn't look bad. He didn't look too bad. Now he wasn't his dominant self, and there are a few times I saw him off the ball where he was, walking up the court with a slight limp. But he's eating his way back into shape. He in practice today. The more he plays, the better he's gonna be. And I say by game 3, he'd probably be about 90%. A 90% Giannis is better than a lot of 100% guys in the NBA.
Yeah, when I was looking at him, he wasn't favoring that leg. It seemed like he was moving around pretty well.
Yeah.
So I hope he get healthier, because everybody want to see both teams at full strength, man. So I think he played okay. To be coming off an injury. Shannon Link says, yeah, if you play, you telling me you ready. Giannis wasn't going to miss this, and I respect it also. So she said she didn't want him to play, but she respects it also, because like you say, he don't know if he gonna ever get here again. So, but I think it would have been a great moment if somehow he would have waited to game 3 till they got to Milwaukee. It would have gave them a jolt in their fan base. You know what I'm saying? Just would have excited them. But once again, you don't want to just give up games if you can get out there. I think my man Amaru has some technical difficulties. Hopefully he come back in. We'll bring him back in as soon as he get that together. But as we're gonna keep it moving, man. So we had a situation, man, where some audio came out, and we've been seeing this over the last few years. Of different people getting caught hot mics and different things of that nature. This time it caught up to ESPN's Rachel Nichols. So I'm going to play the audio for people who didn't see it. For people who didn't see what was said and how it was said, I'm going to play it, and then we're going to analyze what was said, and then I'm going to play the apology afterwards. So, okay, my man is back. Oh, my man. You all right, brother? You had a little,
Man, I told you, man, with these little kids, man, they running around doing somersaults around the internet course, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be cussing my man out on the internet. Like, man, he's a horrible father. But I'm like, I'm trying to talk to y'all good.
You're all good, bro.
So, I was just telling them, like, so we're going to get into the Rachel Nichols situation. and she got caught with like she was in a hotel or something, and it caught her on audio, video, all that type of stuff. So I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna analyze it. So here we go. Rachel Nichols talking about Maria Taylor. Here we go.
Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting. Yeah. So I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is like I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. Would you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it. Like, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. Like you're not gonna find it with me.
Classic Rachel Nichols.
All right, so we're gonna stop it right there.
And making change.
You heard the audio. She basically saying because of the diversity issue at ESPN, they trying to give Maria Taylor a job over her because of the diversity problem at ESPN. So I got a couple of things I got to say first to get off my chest. If I'm Maria Taylor, of course I'm upset. You trying to say I didn't get it on my own merit, like I didn't work hard for this position? So of course Maria Taylor is going to be totally upset. And then we all, like me and Vic, we got jobs. I don't know what job you work at, Eugene, but when a company wants to go with somebody for whatever reason, we can't. That's their choice.
Right.
When you're working for somebody, they make the choices, not you. You're not the boss. You're not the owner. So whatever they choose, whatever the reason, that's it. That's all. You can't be going on talking about they better go find somewhere else. They can't come on my territory. It's not yours. You don't own it. You don't own that position. So Rachel Nichols needs to really look at herself and like, okay, I need to own my own company if you wanna act and talk like that. So, but if I'm Maria Taylor, I'm definitely upset. How dare you try to play me like I didn't work hard for this position? So I just had to get that off my chest. And I'm gonna let y'all have it. Vic, well, what was your thoughts when you heard the audio?
Man, it was shocking that she would actually say that to somebody where it was able to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? I could get her feeling that way because a lot of people feel that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel that way. We know that. A lot of people feel that way that ESPN has already caught a lot of flack because of their, like you said, lack of diversity, especially when it comes to women and people of color. Mm-hmm. In certain positions at this place. But you don't say that and get recorded, and you don't say that about one of your colleagues that is good at what she doing. You saying that too at the same token. It's like you contradicting yourself. You say, yeah, she's good, she covers football, she covers all this, but she can't do what I do, basically is what you're saying. And that's dead wrong.
I would say this before we get to you
right now.
Yeah. Before we get to Eugene, Justin Camper says there's nothing wrong with what she said. She has a right to feel the way she feels, and it was a private conversation. I will give Justin Camper credit on this part. It was a private conversation, and I would say we've all said some things in private that we probably didn't want public before. So the privacy issue, that's a problem. And she can feel the way that she feel.
Yes.
But we can also call a spade and call it is what it is. But Eugene, go ahead and tell me your thoughts about the situation.
Well, so first of all, you see the him, so you already know I'm for my people, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting because there's a lot of layers to this, right? You have a white woman who's and that, like you said, that's the way you feel, especially in private. But that's what got Donald Sterling out the NBA. So just clarification, right? But that's the way you feel. You can feel that way. But like you said, when you're working for an employer, like I work for 2 college universities here. And so, like you said, if they have the choice of free will, if they want to get your butt up out of there, they can move you up out of there. There is no contract. There is no stipulation in her contract with ESPN that says she has more power than the next reporter or writer or, sportscaster at that place. But also, it's an interesting dynamic going on too, because if you remember when she's doing all when she was saying, well, when this jumped off, they wasn't even allowing her to be on the show with her live.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Jalen Rose and Adrian, I think his name Wojnarowski. He's saying, "Oh, she was a bad teammate."
Wow.
But then I was watching something earlier where Amin, I think his name Amin Al-Hassan.
Yeah.
He was calling him like, how in the world you gonna call somebody a bad teammate
I heard the same thing.
So it's like and as African Americans, how you want to label us, melanated people of color, like it's really interesting how these people like who are on networks, who on TV, when the whole Black Lives Matter started with the NBA and all that stuff, who was cognizant and you guys have a right to freedom of speech, but privately you don't feel that way. And so that's I've always had that inkling. And I'm not saying that you may not do great causes for us, but the issue, and this going to another area, is that you're always going to feel entitled. Like that's the whole thing. You're entitled because of your skin color. You're entitled because of the positions that you're holding in this country. I'm pretty sure, just think about this for a second. What if Rachel Nichols was a black woman and the roles was reversed?
Oh, she'd be gone already.
Come on now. That's
she'd be gone already.
Come on. I was thinking about this. I'm like, that's pretty doggone bold.
So that's why,
woo, boy.
Some of the comments I saw while you said this, Al, just blew me, and I'm not gonna even touch them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Emmanuel. Go ahead, bro. But yeah, I agree with you, bro. If the roles were reversed, that's how you look at it. If the roles were reversed,
can somebody post that in the comments? If the roles were reversed, if black being recorded, how would it go? Because I want to post that and I want to see the people's reaction.
Now, I'm not even a Stephen A. Smith fan, but just use him for instance. What if he was on a server talking privately about Max Kellerman? He's like, I don't. Woof. Come on now.
I would say this. No, I would say this. The fact that you're using Stephen A., I would say this because he's their puppet.
No, he's that's their puppet,
and he brings them so much money. They would give him a little leeway. But if it was somebody like Bomani Jones,
yes, perfect,
he's gone.
Perfect.
He's gone.
Perfect.
Bomani gone. He gone. So I'm gonna read a couple of these comments. First I'm gonna go to Justin Cameron. Says my wife said, "Why you not talking about Sha'Carri Richardson? You discriminating against the women." We will touch on that. We will touch on that after this. We will touch on that after this, man. Yeah, because it's only an hour show, and sometimes brother forget about certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna touch on that. Just because you brought it up, we will bring up Sha'Carri Richardson. We will say that. Shannon Link says that's funny coming from someone who married into a prestigious family and got her job. Oh yes. So they said she like the daughter of or
stepdaughter
Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer, yes.
So the queen of ABC.
Come on now.
Diane Sawyer, the queen of ABC.
Great comment, Shannon. Great comment.
ABC. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I put that on. Jessica Cameron said she has no problem with being ambitious if she was black, and said that it would be no issue. That's what we
disagree.
That's what we totally disagree with that.
Yes, it would be because she'd be gone. She would lose her job if she got caught immediately. That, bro. Everybody would have an issue like that. White America would have been coming for her. White America would have been coming for her. Why should I just say America? I'm sorry. America would have been coming for her job, bro.
One example, Jamel Hill.
Come on, get out of here.
Yes.
Come on now.
Jamel Hill got scrutinized and she had to leave.
Come on. Mm-hmm. She had to leave.
Big facts.
People forget things so quickly, man.
That's
they forget things so quickly. Like
know what happened.
Dude, let me see. I think I done took it out already. So Eugene, I'm gonna let you tell your sister what happened, and then she can comment on it.
So one of the ESPN reporters who was white was caught secretly on camera basically denigrating her because she said basically she got her job because she was a black person, a person of color. That's pretty much the bottom line. And so for it is hypocrisy is very interesting, I'll say, because again, when all this stuff was happening with the NBA last year, it was in the bubble. Yeah, she one of the faces in the telling these stories and asking LeBron, how do you feel? Like you was one of the main people, and then also one more layer that we were missing when she was having this conversation. She was talking to LeBron James' advisor. who was also over the Black Lives Matter, who was helping with some of these things. So it's a bunch of different dynamics in this the situation.
Oh,
so
LeBron James strikes again. He's on.
Hey,
that brother, he
can't win for nothing.
That brother, he's everywhere. You can't. That brother. Okay. Let's see. John J. Ghost says we all do it when in the corporate world. I've said it over position. I felt I was more qualified for that was given to a white person, so I don't see an issue with her statement. I get J. Ghost's comments when you feel like you qualified and somebody get chosen over you. But in 2021, with all that's going on, we're not trying to hit none of that. We're not trying to hit none of that. This is the wrong. We just got the wrong time,
man. Yes.
And see, another thing too. You can feel that way. Like, it's great to feel that way. You cannot voice it and be on camera or on tape saying those things, especially right now. You cannot, because you're going. What's she saying?
Like literally, I don't get the point. I just don't get the point to where it is, man. Even our own people, some of them come here defending people discriminating against us. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that, man. Talking about, I got felt for the job. Those are like totally two different things. Yeah, you said that to somebody that we don't know. You said somebody we don't know. They didn't record. The guy who said that about the job.
Yeah,
he felt somebody white got more qualified. Who'd you say that to? Did somebody record you? Did they put you out there? No, they didn't.
Let me address Justin Camper real quick. He said she didn't say she got her position because she was black. She basically did.
Yeah.
You want me to play the recording again? Hold on. See, nope. Now I gotta play it again because apparently
she used the clear, politically correct word diversity or diversified or whatever, but basically because she's black. Come on, Justin Camper. Come on, bro.
Come on, man. Jay Camp is a whole lawyer.
Come on, man.
He's not dumb at all. He's very smart. Very smart.
So come on, bro.
Come on, man. Come on. AC Bourne says, she said what any normal white person would have said. Everybody wants diversity until they have to sacrifice. Good point,
Bingo.
AC. Good point.
Bingo, AC. Best comment. Best comment we heard.
Like you say, she was all for the Black Lives Matter and trying to stick up all of this stuff. But then when black reporters matter or black commentators matter, now no, you stepping on my toes. Now hold on, Black Lives Matter.
You mess with my bag.
Yep. Black lives only matter when a black person ain't coming for my job. You know what I'm saying? Black lives only matter when a black person ain't coming for my job. Basically in a nutshell.
Big fact. So I'm not gonna play the original video again. Justin Cabot says, "What if diversity took your job away?" Hey, wait, hold on.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yes. Has it been taking black people jobs for centuries? Like, what are we talking about? Is it about time? Do we get some get back? Can we get some get back?
And I'm pretty sure as a lawyer, you'd have seen a lot of those civil cases. So come on. Come on, JC, what you doing?
Justin Cameron knows better, man.
Devil's advocate, come on, man.
That's my wife on. She said, that's it right there. She said, not in my neighborhood.
Basically, yeah. Everything is good as long as it doesn't affect me.
Yep.
Right. Armand Armstead says, just chiming in this is this about Rachel Nichols? Yes, it is, Mr. Armstead. We definitely talking about Rachel Nichols. Shannon Lynn, you definitely have a right to your opinion. It's yours. However, you should make sure you're justified. Rachel is not exciting to watch or hear. Also, don't ride the wagon when it's convenient and jump off when it get hot. Great comment. Hey, Shannon Lee been on fire today. She get a round of applause.
Yes.
She got a round of applause. So look, now we got those comments. Let's play the apology she did, because once it went out there, she had to go on ESPN and make an apology. So let me go ahead and play the apology, and then we're going to analyze the apology. So here we go. She's on ESPN The Jump, and she's apologizing. So here we go.
School is don't be the story. And I don't plan to break that rule today or distract from a fantastic finals. But I also don't want to let this moment pass without saying how much I respect, how much I value our colleagues here at ESPN, how deeply, deeply sorry I am for disappointing those I hurt, particularly Maria Taylor, and how grateful I am to be part of this outstanding team.
Well, Rachel, I want to say thank you. Thank you for accepting responsibility for your actions. You know, as someone that has known you for a long time, you know, being around you, you have treated me with the utmost respect, and you always made me feel comfortable in your presence. And I know your heart, you know, great person, great individual. I also know Maria Taylor, great person as well. Very, very talented, hardworking, and I feel like she also deserves every opportunity that is presented her way. My only hope is that we have a commitment overall to support each other through this process and continue to support each other through our journey.
No, I agree with Perk. Let me first say this. I fully support Maria Taylor. I've worked with her since I joined ESPN at Get Up and Countdown, and I've known Rachel for 20 years. Rachel and our entire group here have had some very difficult conversations over this time period. And those conversations don't end here. We will continue to have uncomfortable conversations. No one is excused. She is not excused. I am not excused. Perk. This doesn't just go away, but we have to learn and understand it and become better for each other. And really through our actions more than anything. And that is our responsibility. And we all have a role in that. And that's something that I take pride in. And I hold to myself and everyone to a very high standard.
Well, thank you guys both for being with me here today. Thank you, everyone out there, for being with us here today. Just below us is Media Day here at the NBA Finals. The Suns and Bucks getting ready to address what is one of the biggest moments of so many players' careers.
Okay, so y'all heard the apology. First of all, let me say this before I let y'all have the floor. I'm gonna get to y'all comments in a minute. Justin Camper, I see your comments. I see all the comments. Shannon Link, I see your comment. But let me say this. How, when you make an apology, does your co-host take more time to apologize than you?
Yes!
How? How does that happen? Hold on. So they like, oh, you know what? Let us pick up let us pick up the pieces. We're gonna pick up the pieces for you, Rachel, because we don't want you to just drown in this. So we're gonna pick up the pieces and we're gonna say more than what you said. Like, bro, it was so much trash going on. And then where is the love for Maria Taylor? If you're gonna stick up for Rachel Nichols, as brothers, stick up for your sister and Maria Taylor. I'm just saying. I'm done. Eugene, you got the floor,
hey,
brother.
Man, listen, check this out. They basically just said, well, Maria cool, but Rachel, you still could come to the cookout. That's basically what they just said. like I'm sitting there, and then what's really interesting about them two, Kendrick Perkins was on TV calling Kyrie Irving a bird brain, like early in the year, right? But then Richard Jefferson be blasphemous with some of these. So these are ex-teammates of LeBron James, right? And so this is the dynamic right here. And it's really interesting because she's talking to the advisor. And so notice LeBron ain't said nothing.
He's been very quiet. He ain't the most vocal person on all issues.
He ain't said nothing because he don't want that to stick on him. But we know these your people. And then let's go back a little further. You know, also Matt Barnes, that whole situation, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. Remember what show was they on when he had to address Kwame Brown? He was on The Jump. The next day they were on FS1 because ESPN didn't want no parts of that. So all these people are just this is crazy. Like I'm sitting down, I'm just like, I can't believe these fools on TV talking like this.
Bro, before I get to Victor, the dots that you just connected, bro, just blowing my mind. I never connected the dots. But if you listen, I make no bones about it. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. I will be called a LeBron hater sometimes. Okay, call it what you will.
Yep.
But you cannot deny the dots that this brother Omaru is connecting, the whole LeBron James effect. And we know LeBron is the social activist on everything. All of a sudden, he ain't said nothing about this situation. And Armand says LeBron picking his battles.
Yes,
I bet he is because, like Eugene said, she was speaking to his advisor, so his name is connected to it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all connect the dots. Y'all do the research. My man Eugene and put y'all on free game. Vic, it's all on you, bro.
That was my first time seeing an apology, and when you played that, I think I missed something. Did I hear her apologize to Maria Taylor herself? Did I hear her say her name? I'm
She
thinking
said
I
it
missed
once.
that.
She said it one
Okay.
time.
See, I'm
She said it one
just
time.
asking because, bro, I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Like literally, that was my first time seeing the apology part. I didn't do that. I didn't like. Wow. Like she didn't apologize. Perk apologized for.
Facts. And Rick.
Richard Jefferson apologized for. And that was weak and that was phony, bro. And man, she could take that apology and shove it somewhere because that was phony as this can be. And
Wow.
I got to address, and while I'm real here quick before we get to that, I got to address Justin Capper real quick. He said that what if a lady was hired? Oh, here you go right here.
I was going back to him.
Bro, Justin Capper.
I was going back to him. Justin Capper want that smoke today. That's all.
Justin Capper. Diversity and diversifying doesn't mean that something has to be taken away from someone else for someone else to get it.
Right.
They both can share. Like diversity doesn't mean that our show has to be taken away and be given to a woman. Like, bro, come on. You said some of the craziest stuff.
Look,
like diversity. You can add a black person with this white person for them to do the exact same job. That's diversity. Not taken away from him and giving it to a woman. That has nothing to do with diversity, sir. Nothing.
And
nothing at all.
And look, another thing I want to say, another point that was brought up is if you notice, all the shows usually only have one female and multiple males. Why is that? Why can't they put 2 females on the show? That's an issue. That's a problem. Stop doing that. Stop.
But wait. But remember, see now, so I'm old enough to remember when they had. So we, 90s. I was a teenager. ESPN didn't have cable, so I was going to my guy's house to watch ESPN. I remember when ESPN had a show called NBA Tonight, and it came out at 1 a.m. It was I forget my man Fred Hickman, right? Yeah. So and they gave them NBA 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
The audacity of this white woman. She has an hour show, and you are set up greatly because and this is another part y'all don't know about. I just say something earlier where Kendrick Perkins was getting grilled by some women because he was defending Rachel Nichols. And he sounded like the 4-letter word. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about because he said, "Well, I'm not
gonna start with a C and end with an N."
Yes, I'm not gonna throw her out the window because of my job, and only person I'll jump out the window for is my wife. True, but bro, you got to represent better than that. You got to come better than that. Come on. You talk about you do all this. What the stuff with LeBron was doing, voting and all that. You were doing all that, but now when it's really time for you to stand up and say something and ride for you don't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
So
because
came down from LeBron. Trust me.
Yeah. That it could be financial loss for him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When it all boils down to it too. They looking out for their pocketbooks.
Big facts. We got a lot more comments. Shannon Link had another great comment. I'm gonna play in a second. I'm gonna go down this list. My wife said share. Y'all heard what my wife said. If y'all don't do it, I'm coming after y'all. Share this live right now. Queen Donna Russell says BS. I think we can all agree with that. If you can't stand on what you say, keep it in your head. She should have been smarter than that. Too much at stake. But I still agree with Justin Camper with the privacy issue. Like we got to have some. I don't think she meant for that to get out. But I would say this: once it got out, you can't say what you say. Like, well, she should have been like, okay, if they giving it to her, okay, then I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna find another way. I'm gonna make a way no matter what. Real hustlers, grinders. People who trying to make stuff happen, if something gets taken away from them, they're going to find another way to make it happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, but this isn't the last NBA Finals either. Like, there's going to be NBA Finals next June in 2022 where, she could have got the job. Well, she could have did the job. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Okay, the black girl got the job this year. You could have got the job next year. You get what I'm saying? You felt like you should get it every year, and this girl wasn't good enough. And that's what the problem boiled down into there. I don't care about her privacy. That was out the window. That's out the window when you said what you said. You basically said this girl got her job because she's black. All cards off the table. That's disrespectful and crazy. I don't care if it was a private conversation. It shouldn't have been said.
Go ahead, Eugene.
It wasn't too private.
I got a question.
It wasn't too private. It got recorded and leaked. It wasn't too private.
Because it got recorded.
I believe it was supposed to be private. Come on, we can all agree with it was supposed to be private. Go ahead, Eugene.
I got a question though. So when you look at her like Rachel Nichols now, aren't you glad that this conversation came out? Because it's like with black people, like like my mom used to always say to me, she was like, if she's like, I can deal with the racist person, right? Because I know who you are, right? I know I know what I'm dealing with. It's the people that's on the sideline cheering with me that I need to, be weary of, because you saying you're for us, but secretly in this situation, this is how you really feel.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying.
Right. It was okay for her to call her the N-word too. Not saying she did that, but it would have been okay for her to call her the N-word or any other derogatory name or say anything else wrong about her, because guess what? It was a private conversation. So that makes everything right.
Right.
That makes everything right.
Let me address Justin Campbell. He said she didn't need to apologize. It was a private conversation. It was a private conversation, but once it got made public, she did need to apologize because she hurt her sister and made her feel like she didn't get the job on her own merit. So an apology was necessary. It don't matter if it was a private conversation, because the private conversation became public. Once it became public, Maria Taylor heard it, and she feeling some type of way. So what? Yes, what you gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry, Maria. I ain't gonna apologize because that was a private conversation. No matter, forget what I said. It was a private conversation. You think that's what she gonna say, Justin Campbell? Come on, bro. Come on now.
Man, he comes from a lawyer perspective though, so they're black and white.
He's in his legal brain right now.
I get it. Yeah. I got a lawyer friends too. I get it. But like you said, when it's made public, okay. Let's take it from this perspective. What if she never said anything about it? She never addressed it. Do you know how much blowback ESPN would get if she didn't say anything? Like, I ain't skip all that. I just said, oh, I'm sorry she heard it. That was it. No real apology. So you have to address these situations like that. That's, again, Donald Sterling lost his position in the NBA because of a private conversation.
Right. So look, I want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson because it was brought up.
We love black women. We love black women.
Yeah. It was brought up by Justin Camper. So real quick, I hope I spelled the name correctly. I just typed it in real quick just to make a speedy topic.
We know you pronounced it right, so that's all that matters.
Right. So for everybody who don't know, she had to basically bow out of the Olympics because she tested positive for marijuana. So a lot of people got a lot of things to say. I think LaMelo Ball says, if it ain't crack, let her run track.
Right, I see that. Right.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. But we've seen Michael Phelps. He got caught smoking marijuana. I don't think he had to drop out or nothing like that. But Vic, what was your thoughts about when she had to drop out of the Olympics because of the weed?
I get that it's a rule, but I thought that they really, when they tested the athletes, I thought they were testing for performance enhancers. Performance enhancers. I didn't know if they were checking for things like THC and those type of things, whatever. I mean, bro, marijuana is legal in this country nowadays. I mean, it's $1 billion profit. It's getting this country out of debt. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the 50 states got dispensaries owned by different people. They all making money. Like, it is legal. It's supposed to be legal in this country. So I don't feel she should have got suspended for weed if it's legal. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't make money off of it and then turn around and tell a person that, oh, well, you can't do it. That's kind of like, that's crazy. Yeah, man. I think
what happened was it's still not allowed in the Olympics. So it can also it can be okay. It's legal in states, but it's still not legal in this establishment. So I think she took responsibility, saying she knows she knew what she did, and she takes responsibility. But everybody isn't up in arms. Eugene, what are your thoughts about it?
I think her situation is a little different though, because and that's what I was about to talk about. She lost her mom, and so when I didn't, because I'm just like, she, like Steve, they stay off the weed, right? I'm like, what happened? But it was a situation that occurred that she lost her mom. She found out, like a reporter reportedly like told her. It was like kind of crazy how she found out,
right?
And so and now we're in this whole area of mental health, right? And so we don't know how this stuff affects people differently, with mental health. And so some people rely on marijuana to help them cope with some of those things mentally. And so from that aspect, I understood. Like, and I get it, right? You broke the rules, so you know you got to actually, pay the consequences. But in this situation, this was kind of a different thing because of again her. Like, I mean, I don't know if any one of you guys lost a loved one that close to you, but it's devastating, and especially for her, the way she was brought up and things like that. So I totally understand what happened with her. So I really don't have a take on that. I just, wish she gets healthy, mentally, and she comes back stronger.
I get the fact that she used it because she lost her mom. But if that's the case, I think a lot of people be like, "Oh, I lost this person," or I'm just struggling. And I think so. I think it'll be a tough sell to say, "Oh, we're gonna let you in because we know what you was going through." Jay Golson says, "If it's against the rules, then it's against the rules. You can't support breaking rules because of your own opinion."
Right, hey, Al, I get what you're saying though, bro. But this girl lost her mom.
Yeah.
Like, this girl lost her mom. That's all I'm gonna say. And if that don't touch you to where it is to make you to see her situation and think outside the box a little bit, then I don't know what to say. And I'm not telling that to you. I'm talking about anybody. This girl lost her mom. This girl lost her mom. That's all I'm gonna say.
She's not I think how old is she? She's like
she young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like you got to understand the mindset. Like I lost my brother. I was 23. So I mean, different people react.
My wife lost her mom in her early thing.
Yeah, so I get the whole breaking the rules. I totally get that. You got to pay. You got to pay the consequences when you do that. But I mean, we got to be a little more soft and sympathetic with that because that's a touchy issue. Like I couldn't imagine losing my parent. You know what I mean?
And the part that I like about it, what makes me say to me, it ain't no big deal. She gonna get past all this. She didn't run from it.
Right.
She came out. She came out and she womaned up. She's like, man, I made a mistake. I was dealing with something, and it is what it is, man. Let it go. To me, it's a small thing now, man.
Yeah. Armand Armstead says, "Bro, I lost my mom and pops 30 days apart, but still no excuse." I will say this, and I'm definitely
everybody deal with things differently.
Everybody deal. I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You might be a little stronger in that area than what she is. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, she's young. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, bro, this girl's like 19 years old.
Yeah. She's a baby. She's a baby. Yeah.
I got 3 kids older than her.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 kids older than her. You get what I'm saying? She's a baby, man. Babies make mistakes, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all made a lot of mistakes at the age of 19.
Boy, if I was judged, if at 19 my life was judged, bro, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that Justin Camper, there you go, man. We did it just for you, brother. Shakari Stevenson made the show. You know what I'm saying? We got it in real quick. But look, we about to get up out of here. I appreciate everyone for tuning in and sharing and commenting. I appreciate all of that. And remember, listen, everybody that's watching, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, we got to get these numbers up, y'all. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow, like, hey, review our page. Tell me your thoughts about the show, what you like, what you don't like. I can take constructive criticism. I can take it. I'm a big boy. Follow us on Instagram. We got merch. I ain't got my merch on today, but merch is always available. We ship long distance. If you like the show and you want to rep, we got shirts, jerseys, all of that good stuff. Baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys. We ship. If you know somebody that got a business and they want to advertise their business, talk about it. If somebody got an event, book, whatever. We've had authors, politicians on the show before. So if they want to advertise, message me. We can make that happen. And we're working on the podcast as always. So Justin Camper says my wife requested it. Well, she requested it, and I hope we delivered on the conversation that she wanted. Who is the MF that actually passed her the B? Oh, wow. Hey, man, that's a great question. Bro, that's a great question.
Listen. Although she's still an amateur athlete, I'm pretty sure she got a little money somewhere put aside. I'm pretty sure she can buy her own weed and probably smoking her own weed, man. I don't think nobody passed her no blood. She probably had her own weed, man. Hey, you know
Shannon Link is on fire. Armand says
that was hilarious, though.
Listen. I'm glad you brought that up, Armand. I forgot. We definitely got the Allen Powell polos. if you're a golfer and you wanna rep us on the golf course, we got Allen Powell polos. Any color you want. As far as the shirts go, the same thing. Any color combination you want, let us know. And you can purchase your shirts and we can ship them. I can deliver them. However we make it happen. But once again, I appreciate all the comments. And let me see. When black people start saying rules is rules, that's my wife.
Yeah.
That's the missus.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with the missus.
Yeah. But
hey, the missus was dead on though. You know what I'm saying? The missus was dead on. Like, you know, the rules are always super enforced, you know, when it's certain people. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, the rules are the rules now, you know. All right.
Hey Armand, message me, bro. Message me and we get that together, man. You want the golf polo for sure. Message me and we get that together, my brother. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Remember, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. I know everybody know that saying. That's I got a good and quick one for you today. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Y'all take that. Hopefully, it bless y'all. We about to get up out of here. We'll see y'all. Depending on the schedule of the finals, either Tuesday or Wednesday. One of those days, we'll send you. Appreciate you, Vic, Eugene. Thank you for holding us down in Milwaukee. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
We lock and load, Allen Powell. It's the Allen Powell